So, last 2 days we have been seeing up to the 6 shlokas of Shikshashtakam. So, the first 3 shlokas of Shikshashtakam, what did they give us? First shloka, where it brings us? The first shloka,
human platform.
It brings us from animal platform to human platform. And the second shloka, what it does to us? What it does to the second shloka? Anybody remembers what the second shloka does to us?
Or we should not water the control.
Not doing overthink about anything, like
To make us more civilized.
Yeah, actually brings us from uncivilized platform to civilized platform. Okay. So first shloka brings us from animal platform to human platform. Then second shloka brings us from uncivilized platform to civilized platform. Okay. So now we are in civilized platform. Now what we should do? We should acquire qualities to serve Vaishnavas. So that's what third shloka gives. It gives the qualities to serve Vaishnavas. Basically, the first 3 shlokas makes us fit for Vaishnava Seva. This is what the first 3 shlokas does. Okay. Then the next 3 shlokas, we actually understand how to do Vaishnava Seva, right? So the fourth shloka, it deals with the techniques of Vaishnava Seva. What techniques we can learn? What are the 6 techniques by which we can serve the Vaishnavas, have loving exchange with the Vaishnavas? That's what the fourth shloka does. The fifth shloka, it actually gives us some information about the different type of Vaishnavas, so that we can identify who is the best. Thank you. So that we can identify that who is the best candidate to actually have the loving exchanges. This is number 1. Number 2, how to have the loving exchanges with different levels of Vaishnavas. So it actually teaches us the levels among Vaishnavas and how to have the loving exchanges between them. So what did Prabhupada say about ISKCON? What is the purpose of ISKCON?
To create a platform
The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is meant for practicing the 6 loving exchanges amongst devotees. So the loving exchanges are so important. So this Prabhupada actually gives us the purpose of ISKCON. It's so important. Then, who is the best candidate to have the 6 loving exchanges? Who is the best candidate? Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari is the best candidate to have 6 loving exchanges. So, how does a Kanishta become Madhyama? How does a Kanishta become
tolerating
Madhyama?
and appreciating.
Tolerating and appreciating who?
The
Devotees. Normally we are tolerating and appreciating non-devotees. Normally we are like that. We are tolerating non-devotees, we are appreciating non-devotees. Oh, he's not a devotee, but he's still a nice guy. Sometimes they say, no, that devotees are so problematic. I don't know why it is like that. We want to find fault easily with devotees, but we want to tolerate and appreciate non-devotees. So, we should learn to tolerate and appreciate devotees. So this is the most important thing. So by tolerating and appreciating devotees, a person becomes Kanishta to Madhyama. So how does a Madhyama become Uttama? Anybody remembers?
Associating
with Uttamadhikari. And then he has to learn what?
Learning techniques of Uttama.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So the techniques of Yuktha Vairagya. He has to learn the techniques of Yuktha Vairagya. Okay. So what are the qualities of Kanishta? We saw one quality of Kanishta. What is the quality of Kanishta?
He appreciates the deities and Guru.
Yeah, okay. So, but we also saw one more quality of Kanishta. What is that? What he is more interested in, what he is less interested in. No. What he is more interested in, what he is less interested in.
Preaching.
He is more interested in preaching and less interested in practice. So we should remember this. So he is more interested in preaching and less interested in practice. He says that I have so much preaching that I can't chant the holy name. I am so busy in my preaching that I don't have time to chant the holy name. I am so busy in my preaching that I can't follow my basic sadhana. So he thinks like that. I'm so busy. What can I do? I can't chant. So he is more interested in preaching that he is not practice. Because we are all preachers, so I brought up that point. That's the reason why. Then Madhyamadhikari is more interested in practice than his preaching. So why he is like that? Why he is like that?
Because if there is purity, then preaching will be automatic.
Yeah, because he knows that if practice is pure, then his preaching will be very effective. So therefore, In order to effectively preach, he focuses more on his practice. So this is Madhyamadikari. Uttamadikari,
More preaching,
Best of
more preaching.
he is perfect in both preaching and practice. So he's perfect in both. So okay. So generally, these devotees are also categorized under four categories. Like there is Shraddha, Jnana, Spritha, and Cheshta. Shraddha means knowledge. Shraddha means faith. Jnana means knowledge. Spritha means desire. Cheshta means endeavor. So there are four symptoms by which we can categorize these devotees. Shraddha, Jnana, Spritha, and Cheshta. Generally, Shraddha and Jnana is like more familiar. People say knowledge, faith, and knowledge. But therefore, Prabhupada, if you actually read that verse, Prabhupada gives four categories, not just two categories. Prabhupada gives four categories. So Shraddha means faith. Kanishtadikari has Komala Shraddha. His faith is pliable. He has Komala Shraddha. He can still lean towards his Varnashram duties. He may still think, oh, Brahmanical duties are important, something like that. He may still have some attachment to his Varnashram duties, to his Kula Dharma, and things like that. Okay, so that's why his Shraddha is called Komala Shraddha. A Madhyamadikari, his faith is quite strong. He has strong faith. Uttamadikari, his faith personified, so there is no need for discussing his faith. And knowledge, Kanishtadikari knowledge is very shallow. He has knowledge, but it is very shallow. He doesn't have deep knowledge. Why? Because his knowledge is not backed up by realization. He doesn't have realization. He just has knowledge. His knowledge is not backed up by realization because he doesn't have strong sadhana. Strong sadhana will give some realization. So his knowledge is not backed up by realization. So he has to put a lot of effort into his preaching. And then he makes very less devotees. Because his own conviction is not there. So that's his problem. So Madhyamadikari, his knowledge is very good. He can preach. But he discriminates who is the right candidate to preach and who is not the candidate to preach. Because a Madhyamadikari understands his limitations. So therefore he preaches to the innocent people and then he avoids the demoniac. It's not that he doesn't like the demoniac. He knows that if he goes to preach to the demoniac, he will not be able to convince and they will do more and more offenses, which is not good for them. So therefore, his avoiding the demoniac is another aspect of his mercy. It's not that he doesn't like the demoniac, because he is beyond the three modes. We discussed that Madhyamadikari is beyond the three modes. So therefore, he is equal to everybody. He is equal to the innocent and he is equal to the demoniac. But still he avoids the demoniac simply out of mercy, because he understands his limitations. So he considers Vaishnava Sangha as very, very precious, because he understands that there are 8 billion population is there in the world. Out of 8 billion population, how many are God-fearing? Very less. And then among the God-fearing, how many of them actually understand that there is a person God? Even very less. Among those who understand who is the person God, how many of them understand Krishna or Narayana? Very, very less. Among those who are understanding Krishna or Narayana, who are in proper Vaishnavism and then taken some Diksha and things like that, extremely less. Amongst those who have taken Diksha, who is in ISKCON? So now if you actually keep condensing, you find that you have a very small, minuscule number of people in ISKCON. So therefore, everybody is precious. Everybody's association is precious. They are like one in... Okay. I think probably you should switch off that. I think we should just switch off that mic, then it should be alright. I think that mic's movement was causing some problem. Probably now it should be alright. Yeah, so therefore he understands the rarity of devotees. So therefore when he sees devotees, he becomes happy. He understands the rarity of devotees. So this is the nature of Madhyamadikari. So he doesn't consider their faults so much, and he doesn't get too much upset with what is happening, etc. He considers them devotees are very rare. Therefore, he is able to see their good qualities and appreciate them. And Uttamadikari, of course, he is perfect. He can convert anybody to Vaishnavism. He can convert anybody to Vaishnavism. So his strength is his knowledge is very strong. If any question is asked to him, he can easily answer. There's no problem. He will not say that I don't know. He will not say I don't know. He will simply answer. But Madhyamadikari, he will say I don't know. If somebody gives a very tough fight with him, he will say I don't know. I have one person. He is Uttamadikari. I will go and ask him and come back to you. But his faith will not shake. He may lose an argument, but that will not affect his faith. Because he will clearly understand, I don't know how to win the argument with this guy. So there is one guy, he is Uttamadikari, he will come and win the argument with you. So therefore he is very clear in his faith. So then the third point is spruha or desire. A Kanishthadikari has minimal desire. His desires are very minimal because his desires are distracted in many other ways. He is a very distracted person. A Madhyamadikari has strong desire to serve the moment. Okay, he has very strong desire and he has many plans. He has very strong desire. And Uttamadikari's desire is perfect and his desire is huge. Like what Prabhupada said, my problem is I can't think small. Always Prabhupada thinks big. He said there's so many temples, there's so many devotees, only time is separating us from them. And we can see that. That there's so many temples, so many devotees now. So Uttamadikari's desires are unlimited. He has unlimited desires in Krishna consciousness, how to preach Krishna consciousness. So that is Spruha. Then the most important thing is Cheshta, endeavor. Kanishthadikari, he does minimal endeavors to fulfill his desires in Krishna consciousness because again he is very much distracted. And Madhyamadikari endeavors very, very sincerely. Very sincerely. His endeavors are very, very sincere. His endeavors are very sincere. Uttamadikari's endeavors are perfect because they are the endeavors of the spiritual world. So Uttamadikari is the one who can actually deliver quantity and quality. In this material world, you can either deliver quantity or you can deliver quality. You cannot deliver both together in this material world. That's why, you go to a boutique shop, you find that very, very less number of dresses there, but it's very, very expensive. You go to some normal supermarket, like you will find like big piles of t-shirts and dresses just lying there. You can just pick up one for 10 dirhams, 15 at least it used to be like that. I don't know whether it's still now like that. But you can pick up one for 10 dirhams, 5 dirhams, 15 dirhams like that. So either you can deliver quantity or you can deliver quality. This is the nature of material world. But spiritual world has quantity and quality together. Spiritual world is Tripad Vibhuti, is unlimited. Tripad Vibhuti. Material world is Ekpad Vibhuti. It's just a small portion of creation. The major portion of creation in the spiritual world, their quantity and quality resides together. In the material world, due to limitation of the material world, either you can give quantity or quality. And Uttamadikari represents the spiritual world. So therefore, he can deliver quantity and quality together. So this is the difference. These are different things about Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttam. So when we serve Vaishnavas, then immediately the Vaishnavas actually give us the opportunity to serve the holy name. This is what they do. They give us the opportunity to serve the holy name. The moment we come to ISKCON, the first thing we are told is take prasad. The first thing we are told is take prasad. Then second thing we are told is chant Hare Krishna. So these are two important things. This is what Rupa Goswami says. Shri Krishna Namadi Navabhet Prajnam Indriyehi Sevan Mukehi Jivado Swayamyeva Spurityadaha. So therefore these two things, taking prasadam and chanting the holy name, are very important. And that's what we are introduced to. We are introduced to chanting the holy name immediately after we come into Vaishnava Sangha. Immediately we are told, chant the holy name. Very easy, it takes 7 minutes, 6 minutes to finish one round. You just chant only one round. You don't have to chant more. Just get chant. Every day chant one round. So you think, okay, one round is easy, just chant. And then, before you think too much, you are initiated. Yeah, so that's what Vaishnavas does to us. They actually take us to the Nama Prabhu, holy name. So then, therefore, from Vaishnava Seva, then Nectar of Instruction takes us to the service of the holy name, Nama Seva. From Vaishnava Seva, we go to Nama Seva. And the holy name in the beginning is very difficult to chant. It's very difficult to chant. When we chant, the whole world comes to us, and then we start getting into so much of thought process. Everyday planning, whatever we have to do from morning to evening, everything happens in the chanting time only. And then everything, whatever we have to remember, whatever we have forgotten, all the flashback comes during the chanting only. What this fellow said like this, that fellow said like that. Everything comes in the chanting time only. Everything we remember, whom we have to fight with, whom we have to do, whom we have to speak nicely. All the things come during the chanting time only. So mind is like an uncontrolled animal during the chanting time. So then, what is the recommendation Rupa Goswami gives? Rupa Goswami gives that. Rupa Goswami gives a very nice example. He says that sugar candy is very, very sweet. It's very sweet. That's the nature of sugar candy. But when you get jaundice and you eat sugar candy, it tastes very bitter. It tastes very bitter. It tastes so bitter. So the problem is the sugar candy or with the person who is sick. The problem is the person who is sick. The problem is not with the sugar candy. So what is the remedy for jaundice? Sugar candy itself is the remedy for jaundice. So you keep eating sugar candy, tolerate that bitterness, keep eating sugar candy. One day sugar candy will naturally taste very sweet. That day your disease is gone. Mula Hantri. Your disease is gone. Material disease is finished. There's a very nice shloka in Mukundamala Stotra. Mukundamala Stotra, Prashakara is saying, Idam Shariram Parinama Peshalam. Sata Sandhi Jarjara Patatyavasyam. Kim Aushadam Prachasi Muda Durmate. Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam Viva. Very beautiful shloka. He's saying this body is simply a manifestation of changes. Idam Shariram Parinama Peshalam. Some changes are very sweet. Especially when we go from boyhood to youth, it's very nice, very sweet. You get some nice body, you get some strong body. You see in front of mirror, you can see six-pack muscle, abs, that this. And women also, they see so much beauty of their body, look like this, put some lipstick, that stick, dipstick, whatever, So, put the body when it changes from boyhood to youth, it is very nice. But when it starts changing from youth to old age, it's not so nice. Then you don't want to see yourself in the mirror because your hair is, a lot of white hair is coming. The body is no longer very shape. Sometimes like pumpkin, sometimes it's like you don't want to look at it so much because it's no longer nice to look at. You were very happy seeing your previous photos, and then you become satisfied with that. Then after some time, the body starts telling that I am there. It starts showing signs that I am there. How does it show signs by telling I am there? It starts paining in different places. Different joints start paining. Then walking is an effort, sitting is an effort. If you sit, you cannot get up. If you get up, you cannot sit. So many different things happen. So, idam shariram parinam peshalam. Sata sandhi jarjaram. That all these joints one day will start shaking. One day will start shaking. Then, what is the result? Patatyavasyam. One day this body will fall down. Kim aushadam prachasi. What kind of medicine you are going to give to save this body? Kim aushadam prachasi. Muda durmate. You stupid. Wicked mind. What kind of medicine you can give to save this body? Doesn't mean that you should not eat medicine. Parishit Prabhu. You say, what kind of man you are? You come, you stay in my house, I'm a doctor, and then you say, So, medicine we should eat, but we should understand that body has to one day go away. But as long as it is there, we should maintain. So therefore, it's our duty also to maintain the body. But we should also understand this body is going to go away one day. So he's asking from that perspective, Kim aushadam prachasi muda durmate. Then he says Niramayam. Niramayam means ama in Ayurveda means poison. In Ayurveda, ama means poison. And this poison comes into the body due to the imbalance of kapha, vata and pitta. When it becomes imbalanced, then certain type of toxins they are secreted within the body. Normally, when you go to Ayurvedic treatment, that's why you call detox, detoxification. So that then you take some different treatment medicine to remove all the poison from the body so that you can feel very rejuvenated or healthy. So now he is saying, Prashagara is saying, Niramayam. Niramayam means that medicine which removes the poison of material existence. The real poison is not the imbalance between kapha, vata and pitta. The real poison is the material existence. We are not supposed to exist in the material world. Yesterday what we discussed, if you want paneer sabji, what we should do? Go to the tree and ask, tree, give me paneer sabji. So this is our life. We should remember this. Whenever we make paneer sabji, we should remember this. This nonsense I am doing. Just I have to go and ask the tree, give me paneer sabji. So anyway, the point is that the real poison is material existence. The soul existing in the material body is the real poison. This is madness. Like Vishabhadev says, Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma yat indriya pritaya pranoti na sadhu manye yata atmano ayam asannata piklesa asati. Very beautiful shloka. He says that matta means madman. Pramatta means prakrishta rupena matta, means completely madman. Nunam pramatta means there is confirmed that he is completely madman. So how much confirmation of madness? Matta, pramatta, nunam pramatta. So thrice confirmed that this fellow is a mad person. Who is that fellow? Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma. He is doing activities which he is not supposed to do. For what purpose this fellow is doing these activities? Yet indriya pritaya apranoti. He is simply thinking that to satisfy these senses is the purpose of the existence of human life. This fellow is thinking like that. So therefore, he is doing activities which he is not supposed to do. He is not supposed to do. He is doing. Why? He is 100% confirmed that he is complete madman. One may ask, what is the problem? If senses get sense object, they are going to be happy. If I can pull up jamun, I will be happy. Right? What is the problem? Then he explains what is the problem. Na sadhana. Nunam pramatta krute vikarma indriya prite apranoti. Why it is not good? Na sadhamanya. It is not very good. Why it is not good? Yata atmano ayam. I am this. I am a spirit soul. Yata atmano ayam. I am spirit soul. I am not this body. I am a spirit soul. But this activity is going to throw me into another body. Asannatapi klesa asadeta. Definitely this activity is going to throw me into another body, and that body is full of klesha. The body is full of klesha. So it is going to throw me into the body. So therefore, knowingly I am actually engaged in madness. So therefore, I am concerned. I am called, without any doubt, confirmed madman, completely mad. So therefore, one should be very careful. One should understand that prolonging this material existence is the real poison. So that poison has to be removed. So what is that rasayana? What is that medicine which can actually remove that poison? Krishna rasayanam piba. You actually drink Krishna rasayana. So how to drink Krishna rasayana? You cannot drink Krishna rasayana with mouth alone. You have to drink Krishna rasayana with mouth and ears. You have to drink with mouth and ears. You have to pibata bhagavatam rasam alayam. You drink bhagavatam. How to drink bhagavatam? You have to drink bhagavatam through ears. So there's nice shlokas in Brahma's prayers in 3rd canto, where ears are used to see, ears are used to drink, taste. Ears are so powerful that they can take over all the other senses function, because through ears we actually get to know about the nature of the experience of other senses. Like when the child when the child is first given gulab jamun, the child doesn't know it is gulab jamun. He just tasting something. He doesn't even know that what he is tasting is sweetness. He is tasting something, it is acceptable to him. How did he come to know that it's actually sweet? Because the mother is telling, hey, eat this is sweet. This is gulab jamun. So by hearing, he understood that this taste is called sweetness, and this is this shape and this size and this color and this texture is called gulab jamun. So how did he taste the gulab jamun? By hearing. How did he see the gulab jamun? By hearing. So therefore, everything is done by the ears. Okay. So therefore, the ears are very important. So therefore, this hearing sense is a very important sense, and the Lord is received through this hearing sense. So therefore, one should chant the holy name. The Krishna Sayanam Piba, that one should actually drink the medicine of holy name. This is what Kulashekara is telling. So then what happens when we chant the holy name? What happens when we chant the holy name? It cleanses the heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So what is the dirty thing in the heart and what the holy name is cleansing? What is the dirty thing in the heart? Let's go one by one. Okay, let's not complicate many questions together. So we said that the holy name cleanses the heart. Okay, everybody agrees, right? So what is the dirty thing in the heart which has to be cleansed? Anarthas, false ego, lust, anger, greed, 6 anarthas. What is that to be? What is that to be cleansed? It's correct only. It's not wrong. Whatever you said is correct only. But I'm looking for an answer which is more generic, which includes all the answers which you give, because there's something which you left out also. So I'm looking for an answer which is more generic.
Modes of passion.
I am this body.
Modes of passion and ignorance.
Indriya Priti, sense
I am this body,
gratification.
Indriya Priti, sense enjoyment,
Inauspiciousness.
Inauspiciousness.
The
Avataridesh, the 6 vices, it's all told. Okay. So generally, if you want an answer which encompasses everything, the dirty thing in the heart is actually the desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. This is the dirty thing in the heart. Okay. We are enjoyers. By nature, we are enjoyers. Soul is what? Sat, Chit, Ananda, Vigraha. By nature, we are enjoyers. So, having the mentality to enjoy is not wrong. We should have that mentality to enjoy. Because that is the very nature of the soul. But he is not an independent enjoyer. He is a dependent enjoyer. His enjoyment is dependent on Krishna. When the soul thinks that no, I don't want Krishna, I am the independent enjoyer, the stupid fellow doesn't even know that if to think like an independent enjoyer, he needs Krishna. You see, the situation of the soul is so bad that to forget Krishna, he needs Krishna. That fellow cannot even forget Krishna on his own. Krishna has to create, Pradhana, and then on Pradhana he has to put his eyes, and then he has to make it Mahatattva, and then from Mahatattva 3 modes will come, and then from mode of ignorance, false ego will come, and then false ego will react with mode of goodness, mind will come, false ego with mode of passion, then intelligence will come, false ego with mode of ignorance, all the tanmatras and everything will come, and all this reaction will be set up by whom? The Jiva? No, it will be set up by Krishna. Krishna will set up everything, and then he will give one nose, one eyes, one tongue, one mouth, everything Krishna will give. So if you want dog nose, he will give you dog nose. He will give you cat nose. Everything Krishna will produce. So who is producing these things? Krishna is producing. And then what the guy is thinking, that I am standing in my own legs. Sometimes we think, no, I am standing on my own legs. We think like that. But the point is that in order to forget Krishna, we need Krishna. Without Krishna, we cannot even forget Krishna. And then in order to remember Krishna also, we need Krishna. So the dirty thing in the heart is to think that I can enjoy independent of Krishna. I didn't make the sun. I didn't make the moon. I didn't make the stars. But what I want to say, I want to tell my wife or my girlfriend, can I make a necklace with the stars? Can I bring the moon and put it on your head? Huh? Can you do it? The woman also is thinking, "Oh, such a nice guy."
Later he becomes the moon.
But if you carefully think, Krishna is that lover who actually gave us the stars. Krishna is the lover who gave us the sun. Krishna is the lover who gave us the moon. Krishna is not fake lover. Krishna is not fake lover. He is real lover. He can really give sun. He can really give moon. He can really give stars. So he is a real lover. Huh? But the fellow who is faking that I can bring you sun, I can bring you moon, I can bring you star. He is a fake lover. Huh? So, but we like fake lovers more than real lovers. So why? Because we have this independent enjoying mentality. So the real dirty thing in the heart is, what is the real dirty thing in the heart? What is the real dirty thing in the heart?
Enjoy independent of Krishna.
The idea that I can enjoy independent of
Krishna.
This is the dirty thing in the heart. Okay. Now, what holy name does? Chetar Darpana. So how does the holy name remove this thought process that I can enjoy independent of Krishna? Because we should know this. It's very easy to say that Chetodarpana. What does holy name do? Chetodarpana. So what is that to be cleaned? First of all, we should know. Second, we should know how the holy name cleans it also. Because chanting the holy name is a science. It is not some, just some magical process. It is magical also. There is magic in that. But it's also a very scientific process. So it's a science. So we should know how the science works. Science means what? You should go to lab and you should do an experiment. You take one test tube, you put some chemical in it, and then you put this, and then you put some pipette to burette, and then put some drops into it, and then something will come. Then you will say this is brown ring experiment. So because the ring will come in brown color. So you do something, you have to get a result. That is science. So chanting the holy name is also science. But this is real science, not fake science. It's real science. So therefore we should know how it works. So the dirty thing in the heart we have identified. What is the dirty thing in the heart? The idea that I can independently enjoy from Krishna. Now, how does chanting the holy name clean the dirty thing in the heart?
Remembers relation with Krishna.
Okay, good.
It makes you identify your Sarupa, that Jiva Sarupa Krishna.
Very good, very nice. And then?
Detachment.
Detachment, okay, good. He gave about 70% of the answer, he gave about 90% of the answer. Just one small part is missing.
Sound vibration.
Yeah, sound vibration is there. This is like a sound vibration.
Connects to Krishna.
Huh?
Connecting to Krishna.
Connecting to Krishna. Answer is almost, it's like we are discussing an answer which is already out. He already gave the answer, some people already gave the answer, but just one small part is missing in that answer.
Reconnecting to Krishna.
Yeah, correct. Reconnecting to Krishna is correct. She said connecting to Krishna is all correct only. I'm not saying these are wrong, but we need to be a little bit more specific so that we can understand how it works, right? So, Jiva Swarupa Krishna Nityadas, that Jiva is eternally servant of Krishna. So now, how to actually realize that Jiva is eternally servant of Krishna? How to actually realize that?
Establishing the relationship.
You're not very high level people. I am a very low level man. I want low level answer. Don't think too much high level. Give low level answer. If you want,
Establishing the relationship.
Baba, we are discussing that only. But how chanting makes it happen? That's the point. That's my question. Okay.
Establishes the sambandha.
If you want to have an experience of working in a company, if you want to see how good a company is, how good an employer a company is, what is the best way to do it?
You have to work.
You have to work for that company, right?
Yeah.
That's the best way to find out. That you find out that if you want to find out whether the company is a good employer or not, you have to work for the company. And how do you get work for the company? By sitting at home and thinking about it, you can get work in the company.
Serve the company physically.
No, that's not how will you get it. You sit at home and think, I want to serve Google.
Becoming
I want to serve
capable.
Google. I want to serve Google.
You have to apply.
Huh?
You have to apply.
You have to
Apply.
apply, correct? You have to apply. It's such a simple thing. You have to apply. You have to say that I want service in your company. I like Google. I like Sundar Pichai. So I want to also become one Pichai. So can I get some job in your company? You have to apply, right?
Ask for it.
When you apply for service, then you get service. And when you work, when you use the service and work, you know how good the employer is, right? It's a very simple process. It's not like very complicated issue, right? It's a simple thing, no? So what is chanting of the holy name?
Requesting
It is applying for service.
Service.
You're going and asking Radha and Krishna, your company is very nice company. I want to join your company. Because in your company, you're simply doing three things. What is that you're doing? You're simply eating, dancing, and singing. I like it very much. So I also want this company. Eating, dancing, and singing company. Nice employment. Then throughout your life, what you have to do? Eat, dance, and sing. This is what you have to do. It's a nice company, right? It's a very nice company. If some company says throughout your life you have to eat, dance, and sing, everything is taken care of you. If you want paneer sabji, what you have to do? Eat paneer sabji. Can you get a better employer than this? You cannot. You cannot get a better employer than Radha and Krishna. So the best company is Radha, Krishna and company. Right? So you have to simply apply for job there. So how to apply for job? Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Now when you apply for job, you should have some sincerity in application, right? You should not say that, I want to work in your company, and then you go to the interview, and then the boss is sitting in front of you. He is asking, you really like my company? Then you are looking at your mobile phone, and then you are saying that, yeah, I think so, but let me check this WhatsApp. Before I answer you, let me check this WhatsApp. It doesn't work like that, does it?
Or work like
that. Huh? So, when you apply to Radha Krishna and company, which are the Ashtasakis and the whole gang, so when you apply to them that I want to work for you, so that is the time you are taking the first step to become dependent enjoyer from independent enjoyer. Okay. So you have actually taken the first step to actually become a dependent enjoyer, which is your normal position, it's your natural position. Okay. So when you do that, then what happens? Then after that, what is the next thing? Chetodarpana. We saw Chetodarpana Marjanam. How does it work? What is the dirty thing in the heart?
Independent enjoyer.
This is independent of Krishna. Okay. So how does chanting remove that?
We apply for
Because when we
service.
chant, we are asking for service. We are asking for service.
Service.
So when we ask for service, then we are actually depending on Krishna.
Krishna.
We are actually, because by service only we are surviving, right? Everybody goes to do some service, has some job, and then earns some money, and then survives, right? So service is the mode of survival. So then you get maintained by service. So when you do Radha and Krishna service, then you actually experience happiness. You experience a certain type of happiness which you have not experienced before. And that happiness is experienced in multiple stages. The first experience of that happiness is that you start thinking differently. Means you start thinking, I am a spirit soul. So the body stops bothering you. The body stops bothering you. So when the body stops bothering you, when you accept the nature of the body and don't get too much worried about it, then you actually feel relieved. You actually feel relieved. The body includes the gross and subtle body. This devotees sometimes don't understand. Body includes, when we say that I am not this body, people think that only the gross body. It means only the gross body. But when we say I am not this body, we also mean that we are not the mind. We are not the mind. It's a very important thing to understand because people think that mind's thought process is their thought process. Mind is like a machine. And what kind of machine this is? This is a machine which works 24 hours. It does not have an off switch. Mind works 24 hours. It does not have a off switch. You can't switch off the mind. There's no off switch for it. Okay? It keeps on doing its job. So what we should do? We should keep on doing our job. We should not go behind the mind. What mind will come and do to us? Mind will show a card to us. How mind works, I tell you. It's very easy to see how mind works. If you actually little bit detach yourself and then see what mind is doing to you, especially when you are chanting, you can actually see how mind works. Mind will, when you are trying to chant, when you are trying to focus on the holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I should hear my chanting, I should do this, I should do this. Mind will say, yes, nice thought, but I have a nicer thought than this. And it will show a card to you. What card it will show? It will show, you know what you have to do after chanting? You show a card. Huh? So when you see that card, that means you became Bakra. You became Bakra. Huh? So then you will read that card. Now already you are not thinking about chanting. You are reading what card mind is showing. And the mind will say, why don't you think about this? You are having free time now. You are having free time now. Just think about this. Then you think, oh yeah, I'm having free time. I'm just chanting, but I can think. My mind is free. So then you go behind the mind. Then you become complete Bakra. So first Bakra, then complete Bakra. And then mind will take that card and show another card. What it will do? It will take that card and show another card. And say, this thought is better than the previous thought. You are already going behind the mind. Now you have become confirmed complete Bakra. So suddenly you will find that you are not thinking about chanting the holy name, you are actually thinking about something which is in India which happened 50 years before. Huh? So you are not this mind. I have my business, mind has its own business. You know what is the business of the mind? Do you know what is the business of the mind?
Enjoy.
It's not a very high level answer. It's correct. It's very high level answer. Mind has only one business. Mind has one agenda. What is the agenda? Huh?
Jumping.
No. Mind has, it's all correct. Mind has only one agenda. The agenda is that keep the soul inside the body. What is mind's agenda?
Keep the soul inside the body.
Keep that fellow inside the body. Don't let him go out of the body. This is mind's agenda. Mind works on single agenda. What is the agenda? Keep the soul inside the body. It has singular agenda. Mind works on only one agenda. Whenever you try to get out of the body, the mind will always put you inside the body. It will bring you back into the body. Now think about this, man. This is very, very important for you. Think about this. You can chant tomorrow. Today you have to think about this. This is your office thing, your office matter. And if you don't think about this, when you face your boss, your holy name is not going to come and save you. Your plan is going to save you. So sit and plan what you have to do when you face your boss. So mind's duty is to
Keep the soul
inside the
body.
You should remember this very nicely. When mind shows one card, what you should do? You should remember Bakra. So immediately you should remember, hey, this fellow's job is to keep me inside the body. But I am servant of Krishna. I have another business. What is that business? Tree, give me paneer sabji. So if I want to do that business, I cannot run behind this fellow. I cannot run behind this fellow. So therefore one should be very careful not to become mind's Bakra. So when one realizes this, one becomes free from misery, because all the miseries are caused by the body and the mind. One learns to handle that very nicely. So Bhavamaha Davagni. Then what happens? Now You have talent. You have talent. So when you ask for service, what will you get? When you ask for service, what will you get? Service. Very simple, no. When you ask for service, if I come and ask you 1,128 times, Prabhuji, I want to do something for you. I want to do something for you. And every day if I do that, what will you do? I do something, man. Do this. This is what you say, right? So same thing. 1,728 times you're asking Radha and Krishna, give me service, give me service, give me service, give me service. So what they will do? They will give you service. That time you should not run away, okay? That time you should not say, oh sorry, I am so busy. I cannot do this. It's like too much for me. You should not do all those things. So because you are asking for service, so you are going to get service. So when you get service and when you try to do that service, naturally whatever talent you have, it starts shining because that talent is given by whom? Krishna. Where does Krishna say that? Paurusham Rishu. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter, he says, Paurusham Rishu. I have the ability in men, including women also. So ability in man, woman, everything is Krishna. So when you use what is given by Krishna in Krishna's service, then naturally it shines. This is called Shreya Kairav Chandrika. Then you become very happy because you are replacing what you have in Krishna's service. And then when you do some nice service, like someone is there, he is a very nice person, he is doing nice service, then in the company what they do, they give him promotion and they send him for more training so that he can take more responsibility. They teach him more things, they give him more responsibility so that he can do more service, right? So same thing Krishna also does. He actually teaches us how to do service, more service, and how to do services which are better. So that is called Vidyavadu Jivanam. So knowledge enters by which we can actually serve Krishna by different varieties. So first of all, you are serving Krishna with whatever talent you have. Now you are serving Krishna with whatever knowledge Krishna is giving. Vidyavadu Jivanam. So when you actually start doing that, then you actually experience happiness. Anandam Buddhi. So you experience some positive happiness, which is like you experience the happiness of devotion, the joy of devotion. You experience joy of devotion. And when you experience the joy of devotion, then what happens? This material happiness which you have been experiencing all this time, and we are thinking this material happiness is the only happiness we can experience. That material happiness, it looks very tasteless. So therefore, one is not so much interested in material happiness. So then, whatever one does, it actually takes him towards eternal life. Whatever activity one does, that activity takes him towards eternal life. That is Pratipadam Purnamrita. So that satisfies the soul because he is actually now doing something which is his natural function. He is serving Radha Krishna. So therefore, we find satisfaction in what we do. So that satisfaction when the jiva experiences, that is Krishna's victory. Because what did jiva do? Originally, where we started, what did jiva do?
Independent
He
desire.
decided to
Enjoy
independent of
Krishna.
And then Krishna made all arrangements for him, and he cannot find satisfaction in that arrangement. But when he comes back to his own position, he finds satisfaction. And that is Krishna's victory. Param Vijayate Sri
Krishna
Krishna.
Sankirtanam.
So therefore, the process of holy name is a very scientific process. How it works is very, very scientific. This is not like just some magical process alone. The magic is also there. The magic is that actually one finds one identity simply by chanting the holy name. That's the magic part. But there's also the science part. The science part is how it's explained, how it works. So, but what is our problem? We have one problem. We know all this theory. But we have one problem. What is the problem? The problem is that we know all this theory, but we don't have any attachment to Krishna's name. That is the problem. We don't have attachment to Krishna's name. Why don't we have attachment to Krishna's name? Because we have 4 types of defects. What are the 4 defects? We don't want to respect anyone. We think everybody should respect us. I am senior devotee. I am so many years in this movement. Therefore, wherever I go, I should be respected. And they should do the arati and then show it to me first. They should not show it to other person. So we have many expectations of how I should be respected. And then we don't want to give respect to others. And we don't want to be humble. We don't want to be humble. We want to say, Prabhuji, I am the most fallen Prabhuji. But if somebody else says, Prabhuji, you are the most fallen Prabhuji, then what will happen? You are fallen, your father is fallen, your grandfather is fallen, your great-grandfather is fallen. Whom you are really fallen? Mr. Prabhuji, you messed with the wrong devotee. So, we don't have the capacity to accept criticism. The moment we are criticized, our first reaction is that this criticism is not applicable to me. That's our first reaction. We never even give a chance to the criticism, thinking that maybe it's applicable to me, maybe I can take this criticism, I can become a better devotee. We don't think like that. The person who is criticizing me is envious of me. The person who is criticizing me is envious of me. Immediately we have a seal and we stamp that seal, envious fellow. He has all the anarthas in his heart. So therefore he is criticizing me. So we don't have tolerance, we don't have humility. We cannot tolerate devotees. We will tolerate all the politics in the office, non-devotees, everything will tolerate. We'll tolerate the Dubai traffic, everything will tolerate. But when we come to Vaishnava Sangha, what we'll do? We say, how this fellow is devotee, how he can be like this? So what is the problem, man? Just tolerate, what is the problem? No. He is devotee, how he can behave like this? So are you also perfect? No, I'm not perfect. So how can we expect somebody else to be perfect? This is number one. Number two, when we are in the association of devotees, our anartha nivritti also has to happen in the association of devotees only, right? So therefore, where we will go and do our anartha nivritti? We will do our anartha nivritti devotees only. So some rough edges are there from all sides. When those rough edges are going to have friction with each other, sparks are going to fly. But that's the way the edges will become smoothened. So we should accept. So we should try to be tolerant. We should try to be humble. We should try to give all respect to others, and we should not expect any respect. So why we should do this? Because if we do this, then we can peacefully chant the holy name. If you actually see whatever disturbs you while chanting the holy name, all the disturbances will have its root in these four things. Whatever disturbs you when you chant the holy name, all the disturbances will have root in this four things. You can actually trace this to these four qualities. What is that? Lack of tolerance, lack of humility, and expectation of respect, and inability to respect others. So therefore, Mahaprabhu says, Trinatapi Sunichena, Bhagavati Amani Namadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. So when you actually get to that mood of Kirtaniya Sadahari, when you are chanting the holy name, then you actually understand that whatever is the worldly achievement, these worldly achievements are immaterial. These worldly achievements are immaterial. Till the time you get to that platform, we will always think Krishna consciousness is good, but worldly achievements are also important. Both should go hand in hand. Both should go what? Hand in hand. Worldly achievement and Krishna consciousness should go hand in hand. We always think like that. But When you actually are able to chant the holy name purely, then we understand these worldly achievements don't have any value. So then, what is that? Nadanam, Najanam, Nasundarim, Kavitam, Va Jagadisha Kamaye, Mama Janmani Janmaneshware, Avatardesh Mellows. Then you come to that platform. Worldly achievements are not very important. Progress in Krishna consciousness is the only thing which is tangible, which is meaningful. Worldly achievements are not meaningful. They may come, they may go. In their own course of time, they will come. In their own course of time, they will go. So therefore, one should not get too much attracted to this worldly achievements. And when one comes to that stage of understanding that the worldly achievements are not very important, that is the stage one starts missing Krishna. This is the whole point. One starts missing
Krishna.
Till the time we don't miss Krishna. We practice Krishna consciousness, that's right. But do we miss Krishna? Like for example, if we lose our mobile phone, what will we do? Huh?
You dearly miss it.
You can't be peaceful till you
Find it.
You have to tell, "Arey, mera mobile kidhar gaya?" Isko ask the husband to search, ask the wife to search, ask the children to search. Mobile ko call karo, wo silent pe lag diya, ya battery khatam ho gaya. Then one fellow will give garlic to another fellow saying that, "Arey, tumhara mobile to sada silent pe rakhta hai, tum to kuch buddhi nahi hai, tum kyun aisa karta hai? Mobile to रख के फिर उसको पूरा दुनिया ढूंढता है." So much of anxiety when we can't find the mobile phone for 5 minutes. Are we searching for Krishna like that? No. That's why the 6 Goswamis are teaching us. What they are saying? They say, "Hey Raje Vajadevi Kesha Lalite, He Nanda Suno Kuta, Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale, Kalindi Vanye Kuta, Goshanto iti Sarvato Brajapure, Chide Mahavipalo, Vande Rupa Sanatano Ravido, Sri Jiva
Gopalakam.
Dada Kunda Tate, Kalinda Tanaya, Dhire Chamampi Vate, Premon Mada Asesha Tasaya, Gusto Pramato Sada, Gayanto Chakata Hare Gunavaram, Bhava Vibhuto Buddha, Vande Rupa Sanatano Ravido, Sri Jiva Gopalakam. So we are supposed to miss Krishna. We are supposed to miss Krishna. We are supposed to be searching. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Are we searching? We are not searching. We are searching where is mobile phone, where is husband, where is wife, where is child. We are searching everything. Why? Because we are attached to them. Because we are attached to them, we are searching all those things. But we are not attached to Krishna. So therefore, we are not searching for Krishna. We are not thinking, oh, life is wasted without Krishna. We are thinking life is good, but Krishna is also there. So Krishna is also good. Life is also good. Krishna is also good. Best of both the worlds. Best of both the worlds. It's not best of both the worlds. Why? Because as long as we think that life is good, we cannot go to Krishna. So as long as we are thinking life is good, Krishna will say, okay, be here only. Because anyway you are thinking life is good, so Krishna will give better apartment, Krishna will give better loka. Within the same loka, he will give better job, he will give better apartment, and he will give better loka, he will give everything, nice things, so that we can always rotate here till we miss Krishna. So when we start missing Krishna, that is the time the material disease is cured. That is the time the material disease is cured. So the holy name is slowly pushing us towards missing Krishna. So that's the whole point. That's the whole point of chanting the holy name. That we naturally come to the point where we miss Krishna. Then we start chanting Ainanda Kanuja Tinkaram, Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Padro, Kripaya Tavapada Kamdaya. Now you see that what is the mood of the devotee? He is singing, I am your servant. Oh Krishna, I am your servant. But you see, I am just rotting here. I am rotting here. What am I doing? I am simply rotting here. So can you please give me your mercy so that I can just stick to your lotus feet like a dust? If possible, can you please give me mercy? So now we start missing Krishna. So when we start missing Krishna, then the disease of material existence is removed. It's called Mula Handri. Mula Handri. Then we start loving Krishna. From the next verse onwards, you start loving Krishna. So those who love Krishna become the most important people in our life. Now there are many important people in our life. So we are having multiple important people in our life. Now when we start missing Krishna, then those who love Krishna become most important in our life. Then naturally we want to follow them because they are also missing Krishna, but they actually have love for Krishna also. That's what the next verse deals with. That one should follow one of the recognized devotees of Krishna in Vraja. And one should simply live in Vraja. This is Upadesha Sara. This is the essence of all Vedic instructions, that one should do that. And then, in the next 3 verses, then Rupa Goswami analyzes the different type of devotees who are in love with Krishna. And he keeps analyzing those different type of devotees who are in love with Krishna. And he keeps analyzing the place where they live also. Because these 2 things are very important. What type of people and what place they live. We also choose our life based on that. No? We choose our life based on what type of people we want to be with and what place they are living. Like we are not living in India, we are living in Abu Dhabi because we like this place, right? And we like this environment, we like the people here. Then somebody thinks after living in Dubai, Abu Dhabi for some time or long time, he thinks, no, I should go to USA or Canada. Because he likes the people there, he likes the environment there. Then he makes some immigration, goes to Dubai, Canada or USA or whatever it is, or Australia, wherever, or they go back to India, whatever. So our choices are driven by people and the place they live. So again, the same thing is analyzed in the NOA. The different type of devotees who are in love with Krishna and the place they live to serve Krishna. And in that analysis, Rupa Goswami takes us all the way up to Radhakunda. Why? Because Radhakunda is very dear to Srimati Radha. So therefore, he decides that the best or the topmost way of doing devotion is to reside in Radhakunda and then serve Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So this is more or less what the Nectar of Instruction is teaching us. So from an animal life, Nectar of Instruction takes us to civilized life. From civilized life, Nectar of Instruction takes us to service to Vaishnavas. From service to Vaishnavas, then Nectar of Instruction takes us to service of the Holy Name. From service of Holy Name, Nectar of Instruction takes us to the service of the Vrajadham. From Vrajadham, service of the Holy Name takes us to the service of the Divine Couple. And in the service to the Divine Couple, the service of the Nectar of Instruction takes us to the specific service which is rendered to the Divine Couple in Radhakunda. So this is the whole hierarchy of Nectar of Instruction. So therefore, the most important thing we should understand is that Nectar of Instruction is a graded instruction. What do you understand? It is a graded instruction. Means properly following the first verse gives us the adhikar to enter the second verse. Properly following the second verse gives us the adhikar to enter the third verse. Properly following the third verse gives the adhikar to enter the fourth verse. So like that, it's a graded instruction. It's like, unless you pass grade 1, you cannot go to grade 2. Unless you pass grade 2, you cannot go to grade 3. Unless you pass grade 3, you cannot go to grade 4. So if you are in grade 1 and if you want to go do PhD, is it possible? It's not possible. So for a person who has not matured in devotional service, living in Radhakunda is not possible. or taking bath in Radha Kunda is not recommended. One should not consider Radha Kunda as just a place with nice water. One should understand the sanctity of Radha Kunda. So when some of Prabhupada disciples went and jumped into Radha Kunda, Prabhupada was very upset. He said, "Why you are following the..." Now the speaker is also very upset. So he said, "Why you are following the last verse? Why don't you follow the first verse first? Why are you so much interested in following the last verse? Why can't you follow the first verse?" So therefore, we should not be very eager to follow the last verse. We should first check, did I follow the first verse? I'm window shopping. So that means Radha Kunda is
Very far.
far away. Radha Kunda is far away if I am still window shopping. Because window shopping is simply based on urgent. So if I am still interested in window shopping, then Radha Kunda is far away. So therefore, we should be very careful in trying to understand and apply nectar of instruction. We should be very careful in how to understand nectar of instruction and how to apply nectar of instruction. And when we apply it carefully, then it's very sweet and it's very nice. Okay, we'll stop here. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Okay, any questions, comments? Yes, sir.
I'll take first one question from our Zoom.
Yeah.
So when Prabhuji is asking this question, I think you have already answered, but you can, in a brief, you can explain that. So he's asking, Kaushik Bera Prabhu is asking, according to NOI, how we come to know we are advancing in Krishna consciousness?
Yeah, it's very simple that NOI gives us stage-wise advancement. So first, that was what I was explaining in the last. So have we overcome the urges? This is the first sign of advancement. That means we have come from animal platform to human platform. Have we given up the 6 defects? That means from uncivilized human platform we have come to civilized human platform. Are we trying to develop the 6 positive qualities? That means we are actually having some qualification to serve the Vaishnavas. So, do we value Vaishnava Sangha? Okay. So, when we value Vaishnava Sangha, when we consider every devotee is very valuable, when we value Vaishnava Sangha, that means we are coming to the proper understanding of how to serve Vaishnavas. So, then do we actually consider Uttamadhikari and do we stop considering the Uttamadhikari as an ordinary person? So that means we actually understand the value of Uttamadhikari. And are we very eager to practice the 6 type of loving exchanges with the Uttamadhikari? Are we eager to practice that? Are we looking for opportunity to practice that? Or we are thinking that Guru Maharaj will come to the place where I am living and then I will go and jump in front of Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, and then stand near him, make sure that there's a picture clip and post it on my Facebook, and then my Guru Seva is over. Then Guru has his business, I have my business. Are we dealing with Guru like that? Or are we running behind to utilize every opportunity to actually associate with his instruction? That is the mode of doing 6 type of loving exchanges with the spiritual master. So are we having that mood of utilizing every opportunity to actually have 6 type of loving exchanges with him? So that's the next step. Are we doing that? So then from there, we can see that are we trying to chant the holy name with concentration, without distraction? Are we trying to chant the holy name with concentration? Then, do we have natural attachment to Dham? There are different types of Dhamvasis. It doesn't mean that only who is living in Dham is Dhamvasi. It's not like that. Sometimes I have seen devotees, I live in Mayapur, but frankly I have seen devotees who are more attached to Mayapur than what attachment I have, but they are not living in Mayapur. They're physically not living in Mayapur. But they're constantly thinking about Mayapur. They're constantly thinking about Mayapur. They're constantly thinking about the deities. They attend every program which is happening in Mayapur. They're better informed than me about Mayapur, not the gossip part, but the worship part. Because there are two parts of Mayapur. One is there is a lot of gossip and there is a lot of worship. So what you are gravitated to? You are gravitated to the latest gossip running in Mayapur, or you are gravitated to the latest worship which is running in Mayapur? What you are gravitated to? That's very important also. So constantly thinking about the Dham and constantly thinking how to serve the Dham is also living in Dham. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that they are the best Dhamvasis. That when they constantly think about Dham and when they constantly think about serving the Dham, they're missing the Dham. This is the whole point. We are talking about missing Krishna. So when you miss Krishna, his name, his form, his pastimes, his place, they're all not different from him. So part of missing Krishna is also missing the Dham. That you get separated from Krishna, but for serving Krishna, like Yashoda, she got separated from Krishna for serving Krishna. Sometimes you get separated from Krishna because that is also part of Krishna's service. But when you do like that, then you tend to carry the Dham with you in the heart. So that's what Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying to Vidura, Bhavatpida Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho, Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani, Swantastena Gadabhrata. So Prabhupada, he actually carried Vrindavan everywhere. He carried Jagannath Puri everywhere. So you can see that so many Rath Yatras now happening, so much of Jagannath and so much all over the world, worship of Jagannath is there. Wherever you go, you find Jagannath. Why? Because one person carried Vrindavan in his heart and then he put Vrindavan all over the world. So that is the power of actually Dhamvas. So then are we attached to living in the Dham? So this way, one after other, we can actually see that whether these things are happening in our life. Sometimes people get very attached to living in Mayapur or Vrindavan, and then you ask them, they say, no, I have to take a flat in Mayapur or Vrindavan, and then you ask them why, they say it's a very good investment, it appreciates very nicely. So we are not supposed to invest in Dham and then calculate a value appreciation of property. That okay, 5 years before I invested in Mayapur and I bought one flat, and today it's 30% appreciated. So I am thinking of selling this property and then trying to buy another property and then invest more in that property. We should not do this kind of business in Dham. So therefore, why we are attracted to Dham? For what reason? So all these things, once we see that, once we follow that sequence in Nectar of instruction, we can naturally see where we are stuck, why we are stuck, what is stopping us, everything we can see. Okay, clear question, comment, anything?
Yesterday you were telling that regarding the responsibility and the blaming part, there are two most important sections in Bhagavatam. One was about Parikshit Maharaj and Dharma personified. What was the other?
Yeah. Huh? Yes. So there also Suniti says the same thing. Suniti says to Dhruva, don't be envious of people, because you will also get the same gati as what they are getting.
Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
So this is what is the hope for a person who has become complacent in his devotional service? He thinks what I'm doing currently is good enough, and I probably don't need. How that person can get more enthusiasm or energy to make progress?
So first of all, somebody who is enthusiastic should actually take some interest in him, because he himself is not going to take interest because he is already satisfied with his devotional service. I am doing my 16 hours, I am following the 4 regulative principles, I am doing my preaching, I am done with it. I am very happy. So he is very happy and content with the devotional service which he is doing. We should never be happy with the devotional service which we are doing. We should always think that we should do more. We should practice devotional service as if we are going to die today. Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Very positive outlook. I have time to enjoy today. Tomorrow I should be serious about it. I am going to die tomorrow. very, very positive. At least I have today to enjoy. No, we should practice devotional service as if we are going to die today. In this moment, we are going to die. We should practice devotional service like that. And we should be satisfied with material life as if that whatever is there is enough for all lifetimes. But we are satisfied with devotional service that whatever we are doing is enough for all lifetimes. And we are running behind money as if we are going to die tomorrow. If I don't make this money, opportunity will go away. Sometimes we are like that. We just are reversing this. So that is the point. That he is actually satisfied with devotional service. So therefore, unless someone who is enthusiastic, he actually takes some interest in him, and then he voluntarily gives his association. It's very difficult for such a person to come out of that mentality of satisfaction.
Sure.
So therefore, he by his own should either associate with such people, or such people should give him some association. Both the things will work. Even if he on his own he goes and associates with some people like that, then that also will work, because then he will see that by their association he will see that, oh, I'm satisfied with my life, I should not be like this, I should do something about it. So he will get that enthusiasm by the association. That's why association is very important. That's why association is very important. And association is very important, but there is one danger in association also. What is that? You should not only associate with the juniors. Because juniors will always praise us. They will always say, oh, Prabhuji, there's nobody like you. You are Paradevata. You are next to Krishna. You are very knowledgeable. You are this, you are that. Everything they will keep saying. Okay. So we should not have that kind of association. That kind of association is not very good for us. We should be in association with peers, and we should be in association with seniors. Because peers and seniors will not hesitate to find fault with you. Because peers are also like that and seniors are also like that. They will easily say, hey, Baba, don't do this kind of nonsense. So that association is very important. Sometimes because we are in the preaching movement, very easily we can just associate with juniors, because we have to preach. And in the process of preaching, we have to associate with juniors. Very easily we make it carried away with association, because that association is a very comfortable association. In that association, you are already on the pedestal. You are always permanently in the pedestal in that association. And then also everybody says, oh, you are my Siksha Guru, you are this and you are that, and you are, so it's like a very intoxicating association. So one should not just be carried away by that association. One should actually, associate nicely with peers. One should have healthy peer relationships, and one should give opportunity for peers to criticize us. That's very important. We should tell our peers that if I'm doing some nonsense, please tell me, for Krishna's sake. And then when they tell us, we should not think, oh, this fellow is doing Vaishnava. That's very important. You give someone permission to find fault with you, and then when he finds fault with you, don't become upset with him. So these are all very important things to do. You should have, and sometimes you should sit with peers and discuss that. What can I do to improve myself? So this peer-to-peer discussion is very important. That we should have this discussion. That what can I do to improve myself? And the best person to find all the faults with you is your spouse. So you ask your spouse can give you full list of all your faults. So, and when you get that list of faults, then don't start fighting with your spouse. Then try to work on that list. Those who are not married, don't worry, you will get your chance. So basically you have some healthy association where you are held accountable, right?
Sure.
So that's very important. So that's why when we do this kind of things, it's always good.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, should stop here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama